Hi, I'm David, and this is my presentation for our class projects, and in this case, Project 3. So instead of using a second Linux machine, I decided to use Windows and the PuTTY application, as I'm more familiar with those. As far as the tasks go, I just went through the assignment numerically, as you have numbered there. So I ensured there was the Windows PC and the Linux machine could communicate with each other. So I added Windows to the Linux host files and then pinged. Here you can see that the PuTTY the login was successful through PuTTY. As you can also see, I've already done the failed login attempts. So I use the command lastb, which just outputs the last failed logins. I found it a little easier than just using the last command. After that, I was able to output the command into a text file, and that is the text file I made. Before this assignment, I didn't have SendMail installed on my Linux machine, so just following the steps of the project. Here are some screenshots of installing SendMail, and through my reading, it was also recommended to install the configuration file. After that, I started the SendMail service and just ran the status just to make sure it's actively running. So after further research, I found out that this was the context I needed to send an email. I just had a little trouble finding the domain name, and it didn't click at my head at the time just to use the default one. So I went searching for where my domain name might be defined, and that brings me to the sendmail.mc file, and what I underlined here was what I needed to find, and then it just clicked in my head that that's just the default settings, and I could just use those default settings to send an email instead of changing it. And then this is the command I used, and it worked. So retrieving the mail was a little brought upon a little issue. I didn't know at the time that the mail utility had to be manually installed, so I found the utility name and installed that, as you can see here. And then using this command, I was able to find the email finally, and here you can see that the project goal was met, and this concludes my presentation. Thank you.